Good morning. So, all of you are from technical or non-technical. How many are from the technical background? Okay. So, you have done your BTechs or diplomas. Yeah. And non-technical, mostly commerce or arts. Okay. So, major of them people want to get skilled up to the technical side or the industrial side of it. So, that's why I just asked, because if I drive it with my thoughts and process and laptops and presentation, most of you will feel bored or most of you feel you're not related to it. So let's start with it. So generally, what you feel buying a service, whether it's telecom or you want to buy a ticket or for a movie or you want to travel in Ola, Uber. So what you feel, your expectations are there. So what you feel when you pay something, what is expected from you? So generally you must be looking at good service, on time things, maybe sometimes you want a customer delight itself. So generally industries don't focus on those things. Industry focus on specific things like a customer success, or a communication method or communication channel through which it connects with the customer, and then the customer experience come where you give the services to the customer to that endpoint, and what customer expects we try to manage that. But the last phase of customer experience is at the end user side of it. So generally when you start with your management career or when you do any projects, programs or whatever curriculums you have, you always think why we are doing it, what is the purpose of doing it, and how it will help to increase your knowledge, as well as once you are out of the this college or you're part of an industry, how you will deliver it. So we also went through all that time when we were kids like you. Like I also have done PGDM long back, and we never had that thought. We just had a thought that let's have a degree, additional stuff, and then we accelerate in a career. But as you move ahead in your career, so when you start with your first industry experience, like any one of you have worked previously? Yeah. So it is a IT industry or a tech industry or a normal non-tech? So you must be in the sales area, or you must be connecting to people for certain information and all those as an initial job. Maybe that's the story. So when you go through all those things, you come to lots of thought processes. Ki I should have thought that way, connecting with a customer. In the end, your management students, so first thing is you have to think about how you want to grow your revenue, how you want to increase your customer base. So we can come across the telecom BSS area. So BSS area is the business support area. So there's another area in telecom industry which is the network side of area, which is your OSS, operating support system, and this is BSS, business support. So in the network part of it, normally when you want to get a connection, so you go to, earlier you used to go to a store, you wanted a SIM, they'll ask you set of information, you fill that form, they'll ask you set of documents, you get that documents, old days. So once you get that details, the details are verified, then it takes 2 or 3 days to activate you on the network, which is your HLR or your authentication center, and then your intelligent network where your charges, your products are mapped to it. So that is the part of network. Now customer profiling is done with that form itself. Nowadays what happens is, earlier that form was there, everything was there. Now you go to a store, they'll just ask you an Aadhaar card straight away. Okay. Earlier it was fingerprints, they'll take your fingerprints and you get your services activated because your customer profile has been validated. Nowadays, like I did this project one and a half, 2 years back, face authentication. So nowadays what happens, you go to any store, VI store, or you go to an Airtel store, a person comes and opens a app on his mobile phone, clicks your photo, maps to your Aadhaar card, your validation is done. And now we are moving to this iris part. So more things are there, like your retina scans will come in, because your Aadhaar card, when you prepared it, when you are getting it created, or when you get it generated, or when you get it built, in that area you had a fingerprint scan done for all your fingers, then your face authentication done, so all your coordinates of your face were taken, and further your retinas were scanned. So this is, we thought 10-15 years back, and we tried to implement. So Infosys was the company who thought of getting it done when the idea was generated during post-Kargil raids. So post-Kargil had an impact. So I'll again come to the military background. Had an impact on IT industry, had an impact on security industry, had an impact on lots of things where customer information was shared. Lots of paper. Voter ID cards were created at that time. First time we had a voter ID card, TN Session came and thought of building it and getting it. Then lots of duplications happened. Now coming to this area, the profiling, where we come to customer. So I talked about customer success. So profiling, so customer you want to onboard. What you want to do is profiling should be correct. It should be validated. You should not form any national harm, security, or the customer can be traced. Okay. So for example, your Aadhaar card has your address, your birth of date, last activity, your mobile phone can be detected anyway, which location you are, nearest location, they can be captured. You see all those movies nowadays. But it was done long time. I'll give an example. So we did a transformation of Vodafone India. So Vodafone India came from Vodafone UK side of it, and Telecom era was there, where we had AT&T, BPL, Hutch, and some other providers were there. Now, when Vodafone entered the market, he can't start from the scratch itself. So he bought Hutch, he bought BPL, he bought one of the other service providers, and then he wanted to check whether he can blend it into one platform. So normally non-technical people, just for example, so if you are merging any type of industries, for example, at your home, so you have got a microwave oven, you have got an air fryer, you have got a gas LPG or PNG connection which is there. You prioritize it, what things you want to cook on that same set of things. So suppose you want to do you want to fry something and you don't want too much of oil, you go with the air fryer. You want to warm things, you want to cook rice in an oven which is more or less time consuming thing. For example, you cook it in a cooker, you can cook it fast, you can cook it in an open vessel, it takes time on a gas cylinder. So you prioritize your things, which commodities or which items you want to cook, and it's on a platform which is called a kitchen. So same analogy comes with IT itself. So anything which is built, it's built on a platform where you have a customer setup, you have a network setup, you have a processing setup of processing information, billing the information, servicing that information, and assurance around side if the customer have any concerns and issues. So that platform is there. Okay. So we talked about customer focus or customer success, where we onboarded the customer. We got validations done. Now another part which is old stories, we have customers which are prepaid customers, which we call pay as you go, or you paid before the service, you recharge your things, and how those things happen. And there's a set of customers which wanted to pay as a postpaid customer or a contract customer. So you have a clear segmentation of customers, a prepaid customers, a postpaid. And there is another set of customers, like people who work in industries. They have got enterprise, so they directly buy 100 connections or 1000 connections based on their employee strength, and they provide certain set of benefits to the customers in form of what services they have, discounted services, and the charges are less. So these are three areas in any industry itself. If you go to DMart itself, so you have a customer who does a wholesale set of it, a customer who set of retails where customers come in into, and there are a set of customers where hoteling industry is there, or hospitality industry is there, where they get specific things at a bulk and they get a specific thing. So it's all over the same enterprise customers, then you have got a prepaid customers or retail customers, then you have a postpaid customers, which are the customers who have better credit histories. Now earlier when telecom industry started, so please stop me if I am diverting or something, I am just giving an example, moving to the main topic of how you guys have to think about it. So my thought is how you get things, because you guys are management students, so you focus on customers, so customer success one of the things. Then how you segmentize that customers. Now this prepaid customer is there, postpaid customers are there, you've got enterprise customers, and there is another segmentization of things. So people who are doctors, people who are stores, we have got grocery stores, people who have got ice cream parlors, people have restaurants. So these are segmentized, and if you see on mobile phones, based on your professionals aspects or occupation, or if you are a student, if you have written in a form which you have filled in, which is the information taken while getting your connection done, they segmentize those stuff. So there is a campaign run. You get marketing messages. For example, students, you get this, okay, do this certification, will get your certification done with this charge, 100% success rate. Then those messages comes, you get those WhatsApp messages. For example, you are on a holiday. Now as a student, you guys go to your parents' place for holidays, or you guys group on to do some treks, or you do something. So you start looking onto a net. So you enter your telephone number and your name, and then your areas of interest, whether you want to go to trek some forts, or you want to go to some hill stations. Then suddenly you get bunch of messages from different agencies, okay, booking.com or make my trip or their example, and they say that enjoy holidays and all those. These are campaigns which are run. So how this information is transformed, because whatever you are doing is been observed, watch what is your interest of things. For example, I will give an example. Lately, you know, this Aditya Birla Group has taken lots of things over. So they have transformed their IT systems around it. So if you enter a Van Heusen showroom, which is now Aditya Birla, even though if you have not bought anything, you traveled around everything, and if you already have a profile made of your, if you enter, they ask your mobile number, and you get those billings and everything. If you have already bought something, so if you get inside and when you come out without buying anything, so they'll always put a message, thanks for showing interest in our products. We still want you to come and visit and buy stuff. So they always push. So thought process is to keep the customer engaged. How? Different challenges are there. Communication. So I told about customer success. Now communication parts comes in. So how you engage? One communication is this campaign stuff is there. So people will bombard you with lots of messages. People will look at your interest. They do all those slicing and dicing of your thought process and give you the specific things. Then there are specific things about you have a problem. So first thing is what you do, you open your app of that app provider or any store and everything, you raise your concern. Okay, person comes and calls you back, and if service is done, your problems are solved, you get the ratings and feedbacks and everything. Now go to the another stage. Certain things are not solved at the level 1. So operation side where communication comes into is divided into level 1, level 2 and level 3. So level 1 is a customer calls, or there's an IVR, or there's a chat bot, or nowadays AI, females or male comes and talks to you based on your preference itself, and they try to sort your problems itself based on your products, based on the services, based on your experience. Now at that level, if that is not sorted, so what happens, it goes to another level, which is the level 2 level, where they try to check the problem, whether it's a technical, whether it's understanding, or there are certain things. For example, you go to DMart and you buy certain things, and on that there is an offer or something, gift is there. When you go to the counter, you scan it, you pay it, you go home. Then you come at home and you see, okay, I had this specific thing free for that. Then you make call to the DMart call center, or you open the app and you say that I bought this, this is the invoice number and this is the thing, and they say my apologies for inconvenience, please go to the nearest center and collect it, and that is level 1. Now level 2 starts. If he says we have already provided you, or that offer was for this period, you have not read it correctly. Now if you have not read it correctly, it's your understanding thing. So that level 2 person will check, oh, that offer was for a limited period, and you came back and with the communication, then you feel that okay, I myself should have read it, first part of things, on a sane person. On a person who said I should have tried, I would have pushed little bit. Normally you go to a grocery store or you go to a vegetable stall also, you said give me dhania also, give me, nowadays they don't give, earlier used to give it free. So try to give that customer delight. So that is customer delight. So whatever you are expecting and you get more out of it. For example, you buy something on a store, or you go to a movie theater. Now that is nowadays common things. What happens is you get into a movie theater, you book your tickets on booking or on the cinema websites, you get those ticket points which are there. So next time you go, they give you a customer delight things that you can buy popcorns, you can buy burgers, drinks, cold drinks, everything, or you can get a discount on your tickets. So that is a customer delight which they give. So you should come again. So that is one part. Now coming with communication. So we talked about how we engage with the customer, communicate with the customer, how we campaign, how you attract customer, then how we sort the problem. So I talked about level 2. Now certain things are outside. I'll give one incident. So we were rolling out Vodafone India's postpaid services in Kashmir. So Jammu and Kashmir doesn't have a prepaid service. If anyone is from Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir can know that. And they go through a lot of validation processes. And early that days, the intelligent network or the real-time billing was not that capable of giving that additional benefits to the customer. So when we developed those centralized systems, and the products or promotions were given based on the customs for that, there was a product which was configured as per the customer thing that if you charge with 300, you get a 300 rupees talk time. Old days. Nowadays you get a bundle pack, and as per the requirement it was 300 talk time, but on the paper, formal paper, it was saying 300 talk time or 300 rupees. Okay, so people went, product was launched live. Next day there was no problem. Coming 2-3 days, it was what that revenue was going on a higher side, but the products which were given, the benefits were also higher side. So when we went back and saw, so it was on 300 charge, the 300 talk time was also given and 300 cashback was also given back to the customer. So they were getting 600 rupees. So it was lost to the service provider. So we checked back to the system. Now L3 comes into picture, and so what the product was configured. Okay, now the product was configured wrongly. Now to correct it, now you can't correct it straight away, because if you do, there will be a customer irate. Customer said this is your product and this is the thing. Went to the database system and checked how many customers have applied or approached or got those products. For example, I, a customer, did a 300 rupees recharge, I got 300 talk time, I got 300 cashback. With that 300, I again recharge with 300. Multiplying effect. So we analyze those customers, then we set a communication back that this product is incorrectly driven, and whatever money you have used, fine, but the remaining set of revenue will be taking it back. If you have any problems or concerns, connect with the call center as well as the stores nearby, and that way the product was reconfigured. The old customer base which had that product was refined with the correct product, and the money was recovered back. Hardly that time 50 lakh rupees loss was there to that service provider, but they try to recover around 30-35 lakhs. So that is one way of solving the problem. So L3 always goes with what the customer is facing at the technical level. So at the initial level where customer comes and talks, it says his problem, you analyze the problem, you try to sort it. You are not able to sort, you move it to the L2 side of it, where understanding, technical, configuration, miss that there. Then you go to the L3 where there are bigger problems, and that way it's been solved. So we talked about customer success or customer focus, we talked about communication. Now we come out with the last thing, which is customer experience. So BSS area is always about customer engagement of order generation, order orchestration technically, then your billing, you bill a customer, then you have any assurance, or if the customer is not paying the bill, how we approach, what is the dunning process, and last the revenue assurance part of it. Okay, so now we come to the other part of it, which is customer experience. So as you guys, when you try to solve something, so for example, you must be having a financial budgeting subject, I guess. I had done long time. So normally our account system is just what you call credit, debit, balance sheet, and this and that. And there's a financial budgeting or financial something subject, I don't know the name. There you do forecasting. There you do budgeting. You plan something, and what is the actual? What is the return of investment? Return of whatever you have implemented. You have invented or invested, or you put certain things as a part of thing as an input, and whatever output is there, you match that output. Whether what was the earlier vision, what we thought. For example, I launch a product, I want the existing customer base to be increased by 10%. Then I want increase in revenue by 5%. Okay, then I want a certain things of customer experience given to the customer. Okay, so that customer should be loyal to you, or if he compares with other vendor or competitors also, he says you are getting a better deal, or we are approachable 24/7, or what you call 16/7 or 16/5 or 24/5, whatever services which are there. So you are available, whether through IVR, through apps, chatbots. Nowadays AI has come into picture. And fifth is your personal thing, that you go to a store and you personalize whatever things are there. You want to vent it out specifically. You can't vent on a IVR. You go to call a call center, the person will listen and keep the phone down. General experience. You can talk to an AI, but she'll ask you the specific 10 questions which are there in her list or in his list. But you want to make yourself that ये तो गलत हुआ है, I'll go back, I'll talk to them, I'll vent it out, and whatever service they give, they have listened to me, you have satisfied your ego. So nowadays this set of things which are there and which is coming out, customer experience is mostly about satisfying customer ego. It's moved to you are a privileged customer, you are a segmented customer, you are a normal customer. Now that is not the case. For example, few years back the recharges were there for 5 rupees and 10 rupees. A normal phone person can pick up a phone, do a 5 rupee recharge, call someone, talk something rubbish, finish it off. Nowadays you can do it? No. A minimum bundle pack is about 149, I guess. For students, I guess there must be something. And you get a bundle pack of specific number of data, specific number of things. This whole set of things are called conversion products. And we are still in the era, we are not digested it. Earlier, like we have worked in geographies like UK, where you get a connection, a mobile connection or a PSTN connection or your what you call landline, you get broadband, PSTN, mobile on a same platform, on a same network, or you get this cable TV or set-top box or what you call dish TVs on a same thing. So you have got mobile, PSTN, now PSTN landlines have gone, broadband, set-top box. Now another set of products are added into it. Now the BSS platform which I am talking about, now it thinks about customer engagement ho gaya, customer success ho gaya. We have moved into the thought process of getting the required set of customer base in our thing. We have got the product setups, bundle products, everything is now set up. We have got the revenue started coming in. Now we talk about customer experience. What more we can give on this platform? So nowadays in industry, a normal platform can be used for anything. I'll give you a telecom industry experience because last 19 plus and maybe in August I'll be completing in 20 years. But that platform is utilized apart from telco products, telecom or telco products. It's moved to other set of things, which is called marketplace. Have you heard about marketplace? So you can sell anything on your that platform. So you can have OTTs. You can pay your light bills, electricity bills, water bills, your cable charges, dish TV charges, same platform. Now apart from that, you get loans, personal loans. Open a VI app, you'll see that that's happening. Then you'll get credit cards. You go those virtual cards. Then one more system which is not there in India, which is called MVNO. Have you heard about MVNO? No? Okay. Have you, anyone has traveled outside India? Okay, few people. So I'll give an experience. What is MVNO? So we are talking about customer experience. I am just relating and I am just emphasizing on all these 3 areas so that you start picking up things. So you got your passport, you got your visa, you got a travel ticket, you go to an airport. So nowadays both domestic airports are there and international airports also are common. So if you go to Mumbai airport or you go to a Delhi airport, international airport, so there is a section of a SIM card which has been sold. Okay. So you said you go there, you put it in your mobile, you start using that phone straight away with the amount which you have recharged, or same thing, you have a postpaid connection or prepaid connection, you go to an app, you enable your international roaming with a package. You have your local, but the charges of our local are more expensive, and this is hardly 20% of the charges which you pay if you take your own phone and use it. So you get that SIM. That SIM is bound to a service provider, and a person who is selling it is a complete different communication provider. So what he takes, he says I'll take 100,000 connections for roaming, and these are my products which I'm going to sell on this. You should be, and these are the charges which I am going to pay as a interconnect charges or MVNO charges. So this way you get these things. Or if you travel outside, you get a SIM card over there which is mapped to a certain service provider, which is not truly a service provider, physical service provider, but it's an MVNO. So virtual, and you use it because you have got better offer. Like I went to London, so I buy a Leica card or Libera card, and I put it in. I do a charge of £10, calling India, unlimited what you call SMS, and then you have got set of data, 5 GB, 10 GB, whatever is there. So you can utilize it. So you go for a week, fine. If you go stay there, you pay continuous recharge, use it. So this is one of the customer experience which we talk. So for customers who have traveling, earlier we had roaming charges. Now we don't have roaming charges because the products are that much competitive. So you do a bundle recharge, you travel everywhere. Even though you attach to a, for example, you go to Maharashtra, you have got Vodafone connection, you have got Airtel also. But if you go to Kashmir, Airtel is more prominent. If you come to Jammu, Vodafone is more prominent. So what happens? This latching of networks are there between service providers, and that is an agreement between service providers that if there is a no network around it, if there is no agreement, they will not provide the service. If there is an agreement, they will provide a service on a different network. And the charges are called interconnect charges, where they charge it differently. So they don't want customer to lose. For example, I was much not happy when I just went to Kashmir and Vodafone network was there somewhere and I couldn't call. My office calls were also going on, some products were going live, and I had to lately sit in my hotel room to do that. I thought I can pick it up a phone and then, but when I came to Jammu, I was on a cab, I connect everywhere. I went on a plane, airport, I connected, I completed my work, or I communicated what was there. So that customer experience is there. So this is a bigger experience. Now as a student or as a consumer, there are different experiences people expect. For you guys, that 149 should not be 149, it should be 50 rupees. Fair? Because you are in large number and you are using the internet, you are using your phones, you are using your WhatsApps, you are using your social medias to express yourself or to inherit or learn something. So that way, that thought should be there, But what has happened? Going last few years, that 50 rupees bundle pack now is 149. Tomorrow it will be 200. And for us, it's grown from 250, 300 to 500 to 700, whatever products we are taking it. But we are happy to pay. Correct? Because the experience is good. And it is a necessity now. Okay. We have moved to port in, port out. We don't like the service, we move to another service provider, better products, better network, everything. So that is one thing. So now I'll give an example of what are Indian network. You must heard about BSNL. Landline phones, difficult to get it. You book it after 2, 3, 4, 5 years. If you are lucky, you get that connection. Then they started their mobile services and they had things going well. Then Jio came with that CDMA phone, 500 rupees phone. People bought it, used it, throwed it, whatever they did with that, and that went to a wrong side of marketing. BSNL got impacted. Then in that era, there were more than 10 service providers coming in India. Telnor, Uninor, Etisalat, Vodafone India. Then Airtel was there. Then you had BSNL, Idea, AT&T was Idea, VPL Hutch was Vodafone India, now Vodafone Idea combined. So I'll talk about competition, mergers and acquisitions, which is the latest trend, which I'll talk in the later part so that you connect everything. So now if you see, government did some wrong policies. and that's why this national network went for a bad time, and they learned from the lesson. So now they are moving to 4G 5G network area where government is pushing money. So the network is there in the rural places. If you go to rural areas, villages and everything, BSNL network is good, and the products are not that good, or they're cheaper, but you don't get that services across. So now they have put a NOC team in Pune, various locations, and next 1 year, 2 year, there will be products which are more affordable to everyone. So there will be a competition to Airtel, Vodafone India or Vodafone Idea. There will be competition to Tata. There will be competition to other service providers where BSNL will come up with their networks, 5G, 6G, whatever it is. Technology wise, I'll tell you experience, like when broadband was started initially, we had that routers, we used to connect to VSNL, Tata Communications, which is now, and then broadband came from BSNL. We never thought of using Hutch, what you call, Hathaways and Geos and dongles that time. It was nice broadband, BSNL network was very good. I used to connect with my sister frequently because she was abroad, and family was happy that we stayed connected that time. Now it's simple, you pick up a phone, do a WhatsApp call, you can get connected. So technology also moved ahead, customer experience also is moved ahead. What more we are looking at? Okay, so this is about customer success, focus, communication and experience. So have you thought about how you are building? So if you are doing an internship or you are building a project or a product as a part of your curriculum, you have to list these 3 items rather than doing something which you thought that is out of the world and cannot be used, or it can be used but minimum, that it doesn't benefits what you call revenue wise, customer experience wise or user experience wise. So you have to think when you're doing these projects or programs, or when you're doing your internships, when you're going to different organizations. So if you guys are moving next year to any internship companies, IT companies, non-IT companies, always see what they're delivering, why they're delivering, and what are the benefits they're passing on. And if you think that you can add more to that. Okay, my brother, so he is also in the same industry, and we passed out together 1 or 2 years here and there, and that time he had done a project with SKF India, ball bearing making company. So all those cars and bikes and lots of machinery had ball bearing, big ball bearings, and so they used to build on different automobile sector or forging sector or mechanical sector. So he and his friend went, and I was just talking to them when we were college days. So we were speaking, I said, this is nice thing, good. So I said, can we implement these ball bearings into toys? So normally you have a motor, car motor, you put a battery, you connect a remote and the car runs. Okay, so once you stop the battery, it will stop. But if you have a ball bearing, then this pushback came, gearing system. So I just coined that idea to him, and he said it's a difficult thing because the market, so analysis there, what is the segment you are targeting. That time we had Indian toys, but mostly imported Chinese toys also came into picture. So now if you see most of the toys, you know that ball bearing thing, people revolve and they catch and all those things, kids do it, that is for concentration or something, they put all those things, fidgets. So that is one thing which is far used as a ball bearing. So that idea which was coined 15-20 years back is coming into. So you have to look at that vision, what you are putting in as a part of your curriculum, what projects you are doing, and what internship programs. So once you put all those things, you have a better chance to sell yourself to that company, and whatever money you are expecting or as a part of career growth, what you are thinking that what roles are looking. So you can have that. Okay, so this about telecom side of it, and I gave you a broader examples of cross telecom and other side of it. Now coming to what roles you guys are looking at. So those who are technical people, they can have advantage of both technical and management roles, because they already have gone to that, what you call it, path, this and that, and you know technically sound, or you know something which is more correct and everything, and then you put your programming skills, your leadership skills, your management skills, which is good for you to sell yourself as a management trainee. Rather than entry level, you join as a technical associate or a basic system engineer or process or something. You start looking at a different paradigm. You are technical, fine, and those are non-technical also. So these areas, with now this AI is coming and lots of things are going on. I'm not going with the effects of AI. You guys have read it, and there are lots of things going in our industry itself, where what we are trying to do and what we are not trying to do. But looking at subject matter experts, so you go as a business manager analyst roles, so you go as a commercial business analyst role. So you take a program project, you look at those are from commerce side, you can look at a commercial aspect of it. So business side, this is the investment, this is the product we are making, and this is the output we are targeting. Everything is aligned, you did research, you did analysis, lots of data pulled in, lots of data analysis, everything is ready, you have a commercial BA role ready for you, if you look at that thought. Now a person who is non-technical, technical wants to do a business role which is technical as well as commercial role. Now we can look at the feasibility side of it. So what example, I have got an idea. What happens is, in an industry, there are a set of people from the research team. Some people have their own intellects which come up, and they have 10, 15, 20, 100 ideas. They come and they pitch in into management, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ideas. So there is a commercial BA which talks about financial, commercial things. There is a technical BA which comes about feasibility, how it can be implemented on a current platform or new platform, what are the things which are required, how much time it will require, and how much we can hit the market. So there is a concept called right first time. So any product which you are launching should be hitting the customer right first time. You don't have lots of problems coming after the product is launched. You come back, service center, ye, wo, falana, all those things are there, and then you have a bad customer experience, and then you lose customers. So there is a concept of right first time. So there is a lots of testing going on. There are lots of friendly customers tested. So those customers who are employees or family friends, they test those products and they see whether the product is ready or not, and all those things are happening. So that idea comes in where these BAs which are commercial or technical or both in a common role, they tell you whether it's right or wrong. So if you do those research analysis and your curriculum has brought your skills up to that. So for example, a BA comes and he generally does lots of things. He connects with people, he asks lots of questions. You'll have an interview sessions, you'll have questionnaires put on, you have got workshops going on, you have got brainstorming sessions, and they try to connect with each and every segment of it. So they check with business, they check with the technical teams, they check with the users who are providing services, they check with end users, and they check what is the correct way of doing things. Do you have a current platform, reuse, save, fine, or a new platform is required, then the commercial BA comes into picture. What is the cost associated? Now AI which has come in, or previously we had agile, what you call DevOps, lots of things are there. Processes like implementation, like in telecom we have got ETOM, now TOM is come in, now TM Forum is come in. So these are practices and frameworks which are used to enable better services, faster to market, all those things. So when you set off, all those things are combined together. Now what we do in TCS itself, we had this agile program few years back, people became scrum masters, So they've started managing the programs with sprints and Kanban and everything. Then there was set up for people which were on DevOps. So they had CI/CD platforms, pipelines and everything to run those things onto it. Then there were waterfall things, traditional way of working, sequential 1, 2, 3, where people did proper project management or what you call delivery management things. So now, based on customers, what you call approach, timelines, cost, what is the budget and everything, these are all tracked and how they are passed on. Now, two parts of industries which are happening currently in last 5 years, and it will continue again. So role consolidations are there. So generally, if you are doing a PG into customer app, what you call computer application or SAP inventory management, SAP HANA profile or portfolio management, or SAP into what you called FRS part of it, HR part of it. So those roles which are going as a business analyst role, or you're going as a technical role. So those role consolidations have started coming into pictures. So now we'll have a BA role and a solution or a process role combined together. So those job which was done by 2 people will be done by 1. How fast you can do it, the time which we are doing it. For example, if you go with Agile, your requirement sprint is 2 weeks, your design sprint is 2 weeks, 4 weeks. Now if you combine that role, you get 2 weeks. See the difference, how the IT or any other industry is expecting things from you now. One thing is role consolidation. Same way with project management, portfolio management, program management, delivery management. So I currently, my passion, or I do work in a daytime, in a morning time as a solution architect for my projects, my programs, my demands. But after the UK start time, which is 1:30, which is 9 o'clock are there, I switch on my hat to delivery management, because I have to deliver things also. So these are now the askings of the industry or the demands of the industry, that you can't be master of, you should be jack of all, and not jack of all, you should know things very well. Okay, for example, I bought a Chetak, which is an e-scooter, but previously I was driving an Activa. So Activa was key, button, then start and all those things. We fill up petrol, we recharge it at our homes. Or you come to the car or a bike, the locks are unlocked immediately. So this type of things which are looking at. For example, AI does whatever you put as information. So now one of the cautious thing which I tell with my people also. So you guys are working in AI, I don't know whether you're working. So you must be using Copilot, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Loable. There are tens of things which are there. But do you know why and what you're using for? You want your things done faster. So sometimes what happens is, you put certain data in, or you want certain things to be done, and you put certain context around it, and it comes out with an output, and you think that that is the correct output. Okay, but the set of information which you have provided in that tool or in that prompt, that has processed well or not, whether it has connected to their backend LLM hubs and everything and pulled out information correct or not, have you validated it? So most of the times it gives you a wrong interpretation or wrong output. So generally we have, like I guys, those who are technical, they know, garbage in is garbage out. So whatever you feed in, if it's in garbage, you get a garbage out. So you ask ChatGPT, I want to go from Pune station or Pune Shivaji Nagar to Injewadi, and which is the best vehicle, or which is the best thing I can adopt to get faster to that place, even though road is same. So you ask ChatGPT, it will tell you, if you are alone, you don't have a bike, take a auto rickshaw. We don't have two-wheeler rapidos here. Or if you are with a family or if you have kids and everything, that information if you have not fed it in correctly. If I have a kid, small kid, and he tells me go with an auto rickshaw, this long distance, open air, it's not comfortable. So you have to give that information, then he'll tell you, okay, you take this route, you take a sedan, you take this, that will give you a correct answer. But if you put a wrong information or a wrong context around it, you will get a wrong things, and then you don't try to blame that AI ne aise kar diya, which people do nowadays. We have that knack. If something goes not, I told you, no, this is not the way we should do. But always introspect what you are feeding into AI. Now, in our industry, what we are doing here, there are lots of announcements going on. We have already implemented lots of things. For example, a development part which is there. So people come and code on a database, on a system, on a schema, whether it's Java, whether it's Python, whether it's Oracle, whatever procs, triggers, procedures, everything. Those are now quality analyzed as code refactoring through AI. So those codes are not production codes, or they are not connected from production codes you picked up. You replicate those codes from the production onto a certain environment where it's safe and secure, and you try to run and do the code refactoring, the cost of that query. So suppose it was giving me one query was pulling off a data, it took me 1 hour, or processing of a batch file took 10 hours. How can I reduce it? So this refactorings are done. So we have reduced the processing time. Secondly, the quality of code. This is one thing which is now parallelly or mandatory done in our company wherever developers are there. Future is different. Now second part is the testers. Mostly people, if you are doing testing job, quality analysis, manual testing, automation testing. So whenever a project is created or a requirement is created, documents are there. There is a BRS document which is your business requirement, there is a functional requirement, there is a high level design, there is a low level design, there is a requirement traceability matrix, and lots of other documents. So those are flushed into AI and asked whether you are building a portal, whether you are building a front end, whether you are building a back end process, and check based on this, can you prepare test cases? So that you had 2 people doing that work for 1 week, putting for a small project you took around 1 week, or a bigger it takes 2-3 weeks to build up that test cases, then you walk through, review and everything. This is done. Minutes, get the test case prepared, you validate, you review it again, you check whether inputs were correctly given, otherwise something goes wrong, functionally it will go wrong in the end also. So those validations are complete, test cases are prepared. Now you need a test data also. So if you are building a new thing, you have to prepare a data across this. For example, I am giving a service, I am building a service and I don't have customer profiles for that service or that product. So I prepare a customer base, 1, 2, 3, these are the flags for these products. I put all those things, set up in the database. So that requires time to configure that data into this environments. Test data and your test cases. These are prepared automatically nowadays. So these are things which we have implemented and which has smoothened the life. The quality is improved. Time to roll. For example, I told you one small project, 1 week of test case preparation, test data creation, another 1 week. 2 weeks is gone. Now it's done in 3 days, 4 days with validation. You have already saved around 4-5 days of working days, which we can implement in quality performance testing or customer acceptance testing, which can be utilized. You can have a rigorous way of testing it so that when the product is launched, it goes with that proper quality out. So this is one of the things which AI is there, and futurely these jobs will be taken by AI. Now third thing is the L1, L2, L3 I talked about. So the L1 jobs, and some part of L2 jobs, this AI will take it over straight away. For example, they understand the system, they understand the application very well. Certain queries are there, certain incidents are there, certain problems are there, certain issues are there. They pick up, they already have a set of scenarios mapped in the AI through LLM, through prompt, and they prepare everything and they give us a resolution to the customer. Maybe initial days it will be 70-60% successful, later fine tuning it will go to that 90-95% things. We'll have L1, but we'll have, if there is 100 seater L1 operations, we'll only have 5 people to manage, only to monitor things, certain things. So lots of things will be monitored by AI itself. For example, storages, CPU utilizations, lots of servers are there. So any application which has been built on a platform requires huge amount of storage, huge amount of CPU processing and servers, and huge amount of number of data centers. Now you have heard about TCS or any other company combining with OpenAI, combining with this to build a big data center. To get that information, to process AI smoothly, properly, you need to have that information coming in. Correct information, right information, accurate information. So you need to have an infrastructure, which now we are doing on the AI. We are late into it. India or lots of Indian companies are late into it, but we are now into that mode of competing. Still not there, but that is one thing. Another thing is, I talk about this will AI phase. You had this agile DevOps, lots of things happened, automations happened, chatbots happened, all those things. Now we are moving slowly to AI, and as a part of AI, there is another technology which is already started, and this time we are, as a Indians or we as a IT things, we have already picked up quantum technologies. So people, like I've been also gone through some of the trainings across it, and I found certain things will be much more easier as compared to AI. Some of things are already implemented. For example, if you have a Honda City or any high-end cars, you don't have a key to start. You can just order, you start it. It is not AI driven, it's quantum. So you come to you, he analyzes that person, checks that person is correct. The key, the validation is there in his pocket. Tomorrow he doesn't have the key also. A person has come to the car, it opens straight away. It tells to start, it will start. So that is moving into quantum now. So whatever we think, rather than now we put on the chat GPT or OpenAI, the context and everything, you just think it will happen. So that era we are moving forward. So next 5 years you will start hearing about more quantum part of it. And you start, if you guys are fresh enough or you want to, like I definitely say people to move out of comfort zone. So I don't stay in one account for long time. My part, my thing, what value add I did, finish, I move to another challenging role, or I move to not into a comfortable role. I learn, I put my experience, I put my thought process, and then you start getting the results out of it. There are certain things which the customer doesn't agree with you. There are certain things which our management doesn't agree with you. Fine, you put your perspective in. Okay, if it goes, something doesn't go your way, keep trying. Okay, but sitting in comfort zone will definitely impact your career progression straight away. Like I've seen people who started as a developer remain as a developer for a long time. They didn't want to switch from their comfort zone, or they wanted to prove themselves as critical or dependent, that he knows everything because he's there for a long time. So everyone's thought process there. But if you move from one area to another area, so I have done lots of roles. I did operations role, I did testing role, I did development role, I did business analyst role, I did process, solution design, revenue assurance, solution architect, project management, delivery management. So I've passed on to lots of roles, and I have learned lots of things. Like this role is specific to this part. Can my old experience help me with this part? So now I'm doing a delivery management role or technical delivery management. So when I sit with different vendors, nowadays any big program is not held by any one organization. So you'll have Infosys, you'll have TCS, you'll have Tech Mahindras, you have Deloitte, Accentures, and you parallelly collaborative work on that big program. Areas are different, applications are different, but you collaborate. And in that scenario, if you have that technical skills, your delivery is simple because you know what the other guy is doing it. You know whether it's doing it rightly, whether it's doing wrongly, a design is right or the requirement capture is right or wrong. You always put that additional inputs inside so that people know that this person is monitoring the project not from the delivery perspective as well as from the technical go live perspective itself. So always keep what nowadays that Durandar dialogue is very famous, Nazar and Sabar. So keep your eyes in what's changing and be patient to your turn. Sometimes you have that choice of preempting things. You come up and some people are more democratic, they can take your views faster. Some are not democratic, they think that they have the experience and they run it that way, fine. But you put your thoughts across so that tomorrow if they give you a chance, you fully are ready to deliver it, fine. So any questions you guys have? I just spoke straight away. Normally I talk in different areas. Yeah, good.
Jain sir, my name is Aryan Pathak Chaturvedi. Sir, we talked about the AI chatbots which are integrated in the apps of Airtel and Vodafone and all the other, even in the insurance apps and websites there are chatbots. So sir, how safe are these chatbots in terms of data infringement and data privacy?
Okay, I'll tell you an example which will answer a thing. So we were doing this ServiceNow transformation. You know, ServiceNow is a incident management tool, and that time we had this TCS product itself called IGNU, which was automated RPM bots were there, chat bots were there. Now whatever customer comes, he logs in with his login ID, immediately his profile is there.
Correct.
His grade is there.
Yes sir.
Everything is there. That information is there.
Yes sir.
He pulls. So now that information which is there, now you do it on a portal, you do it in a secure environment, and there is a cyber security monitoring also going on parallelly. For example, I pulled out that profile from a database on ServiceNow, and then I took that details and then I raised a ticket from the chatbot based on the question answers which happened.
Yes.
For example, he wanted access or he had some trouble with something. He checked, validated the profile, checked the person's IP address from where it is coming, whether it's safe, dynamic, fixed, or whether he's in office.
Yes.
This has happened in COVID. People work from home.
Yeah.
So that security aspect. So there's the cyber security monitoring which is happening. They have put lot of money over there based on this COVID in-laws, because lots of data informations have moved on. For example, you started ordering online, Zomatos, and these people sell the information of customer profiles to all these marketing companies, and some of them misuse them, some of them use for their products itself. So how vigilant you are sharing those informations, based on, it's your first duty to secure yourself, and there are tools which are there, but that is not a guarantee. Still lots of things are going on across this. AI thing is one of the things, like I told you, code, we can't do code refactoring to AI on a production.
Correct.
Because all these tools are open to everyone.
Yes sir.
Open source everything.
Yes sir.
And that information goes here. For example, your mobile data, it flows to China, it flows to everywhere.
Yeah.
Even to Pakistan also. So they'll call you with your number also, don't worry.
Sir, not from the end of company, I was thinking, is it easier for the hackers to hack into the AI chatbots? Because they are not that.
So yeah, so what preparations, I tell you, it's easy to hack. So all the companies, including TCS, we have got Friday hackathons, AI hackathons.
Yeah.
So they do give a scenario bus, 4 or 5 scenarios, and they check how you implement AI with that security, that all things are there.
Okay.
But information, your personal information is your own custody.
Correct.
How you want to use it, and as a student, I don't know whether, like, my parents are still scared. My father still, I've tried making, now he's using the ATM card.
Yeah.
Last 1 year.
Yes.
Before he had an ATM card, he never used it. He used to go to check if he needs a cash.
We
And
do.
now I started with little bit of Paytm and this.
Yes.
But environment, it tells that where to use that, how to secure.
True.
So you make that awareness. So one is part is awareness,
Yes.
one is the complete knowledge, and then you're conscious whether you want to pass on, because people attract you with different things. I told you about, you enter a showroom, they'll start buzzing you.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Yes.
Jai Hind, sir. My name is Teej Chawda. I want to pursue my PGDM in business analytics. So, according to you, which skills and projects should I work on to start my career as a business analytics?
So whether if from a technical background, you can look at any area. Your thought is you should have lots of W's with you. Why, where, what. These are the things which are there, which we were also taught that time. And the ways of communicating, which is very important. Like for example, I personalize, when I was a business analyst, I used to interview people, I used to connect with them. I used to do what things they do, what are the pain areas, what they lack. Some things we can resolve it there itself. Try to give that comfort so lots of data comes out of it. So why I'm saying it, there are lots of transformation programs, which I told you. There are lots of legacy applications, lots of legacy things which are done, and now the vendors are changing or the transformations are happening. So there are lots of workarounds, lots of things which are not known for people, and post COVID lots of people moved here and out, so that knowledge is not there. Okay. So if you connect rightly, communicate rightly, lots of questions, comfort to the customer, you get the data out. Any industry, telecom, banking, insurance, healthcare, automobile, retail, wherever you go. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I'll take someone from, anything from them, girls especially. I'm a bit worried about you guys. Yeah, girls, any girls?
Jai Hind, sir. My name is Ishika. Sir, as you spoke how AI has transformed our lives in past 5 years, you also mentioned the quantum part and how it will affect us in future. So what should we prepare from our end to get our hands on quantum part?
See, there are lots of training on LinkedIn, Udemy. There are lots of things on system. Like you can pick out, you put your chat GPT on, talk about quantum technologies in certain industries. So they'll give you certain blocks and everything. Then you start researching on it. Like we used to do this white papers in this when we were in Infosys and Tech Mahindra. Now they've started in TCS long back. So any budding engineers like we were 3, 4 years, 5 years experience, we started looking at how we can improve things. So research, analysis, then you connect with lots of other industry people. Like you connect with different people through social media, you connect, get lots of information across from there, and then you make a thought. These are the things. There are lots of patents and products which are there on quantum from TCS itself, which you will get on the copyright and patents thing which is there. So you'll know what they have done in the quantum part of it. So that is one of the areas I also have started looking into it. Okay. See what they have done in telecom. So I thought of one thing which we implemented. COVID was an advantage. So any person wanted a connection. So all those verifications and everything, we have to do it store or app and everything. If it's a vulnerable customer, blind, disabled, how you are going to do it? So we thought about getting a safe person to that place, getting everything done, giving that same, activating it, that his connection started using it, and a certain apps which are there which he can use to connect, communicate, all those things. So we think on that side also. So we do only think about the 90% of people which are very good, fit and fine. We also think about people which are old, disabled or blind, whatever thing. So that angle, there's one program of Microsoft. applications. So Microsoft, they are also working on this AI. They are building one platform for the disabled people.
Okay.
One of my old colleague, she is not with us now, she was working on that research. So she was also an intern from one of the colleges. She had done MBA and she was working with us with one area. Another management student was from IIM, I guess, Calcutta, when I was in South Africa, and he was working with us on revenue assurance, cost, budgeting, forecasting, all those things. And we also learned lots of things, how they thought, how they think, and they come up with their thoughts that this I'm going to do it. Then we show us the prototypes. So normally prototypes are very important, or whatever you build, there should be a prototype ready with you, so that you give that confidence that you're on the right track.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But you have to learn. I too learn. After 25 years, I still go through lots of things. Whenever I get time, normally I connect with my kids also. They come with their thoughts.
Yes.
So all your generation is exposed. We were not exposed to. I guess we were not that much, but we saw the transformations around it. But you guys have been placed with all those things on your platter. So use it to that level that you gain from it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, one more lady over there. Yeah, please. Sorry guys, I'll be a bit biased because they come from tough conditions. They're staying here, I guess, and I'll come to you guys also. Yeah.
Jai Hind sir, my name is Bipasha Shah and I want to ask that how should we balance technical expertise with leadership and business skill?
A tough question actually. So normally you get lots of mentors in your life. Your father is there, your cousins or your friends are there. And parallel, when you work in the organizations, there are lots of people who are your managers, your well-wishers, and they see whatever, like if I have interacted with you for 6 months, I know what is your strong areas, what is your weak areas, where you have to. So, and then your approach to that how can I get through this? So you need to have a strong mentor, guiding person to look at you, connect with you, look at your positives, look at your stronger sides, and then guide you to the future things. Like you have been a good developer or you have been a good analyst, now you have to move as a lead role or a manager role. What things are there? Second thing is communication, I told you. So how you communicate, and then the last very important part is listening. So if you don't listen, you can't communicate. If you listen, you know what is required and then you talk. So that is there. But leadership, I feel most of the things that is internal to you. So how you have been brought up in your community or in your complex, in your society. For example, we used to play cricket with our old friends in the same complex, or we used to play internal matches and correct. So we used to think about how differently we'll do it, how we'll improve the team performances. So there you start your leadership skills. Cricket is there, football is another thing. I'll tell you one story about it. So we used to play in a complex and then we used to matches with other teams across the areas that time. I don't know how it's happening nowadays. Nowadays all is indoor itself. So we were like college, school going, college going, early college going, and we used to play for 30 minutes because we don't had that much of time putting exercise in. So 15-30 minutes your stamina is there to run in the football ground, and thereafter it's all gone. So when we used to play friendly matches or tournaments, we used to get blasted like anything, like goals here and there, and we couldn't recover with that, even though we had that 30 minutes. Then we put a thought around as a leader, okay, let's put some 15 minutes game such that we score in the first 15 minutes, put the opposition in the backfoot area. After that, whatever happens after 30 minutes, we don't know, but at least put. So that mindset comes into picture. So suddenly that team, first 5 minutes we had 2 goals in, and the opposition person was like, I wish to hit 6-7 goals them in a match to them, and suddenly they started hitting. So we put that energy in. First 15-20 minutes we can't cope up for last 90 minutes or 60 minutes. Let's put that 15 minutes as the best, and then from there you start. You start playing with that mindset also. So leadership is also about knowing people. Leadership is also known about you yourself lead, or you make other people lead also. So if you think that I can connect with 10 people with a thought, but I cannot pass on to the whole set of people, then you know another person who knows he can connect to 100 people. So you pass that thought to that person to pass to that 100 people. It's not about she is big or he is big. Is to propagate that thought perfectly, and that spreads across. Yeah. One more lady, then I'll go to the boys. Yeah.
My name is in the field of AI, where you mentioned now that there are happening, how should we perceive this situation or approach this situation?
Okay. See, as you are going through this AI curriculums also, lots of things are going on. My thought is, look at another 2 years how this industry will go. So if I tell you, like I can tell you that development roles, testing roles, operation roles, this will have an impact. So which roles are important for you? In the technical side, you can be a prompt engineer, you know LLM, you develop your own platforms, or you work on the data centers type of areas where informations are gathered, cleaned, put in, or the solution type of area. For example, certain informations you don't get answers on the chat GPT because that data is not available. So how to get that data in or information in? So solutioning of that, so analytics part of it, all those things. Or for example, you do another example of, so square root, how you remove a square root. So there are process of square root, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the best way, which is the easiest way, and which is the correct way of doing things. All three tick, 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 that you can work on that analytics part. Nowadays what happens is you put something on chat GPT, lots of garbage comes in. Then you start analyzing, I can pick this line or pick that line or put that in, or that way you resonate. So always think about next 2 years what these roles are about. For example, we had this agile and DevOps things in that area. Lots of people started doing certifications on Scrum Masters and SAFe and Ninja coaches and everything. But that era lasted for 3, 4, 5 years. Now that role, does it have a value?
No, sir.
So always visionize it. Like I myself doing it from last so many years. What I am going to do, or what I think is the better for me, or what I can learn from it. So it's a volatile scenario everywhere, and the person who has got skilled, it's always told that person who has got talent will survive and everything. He'll survive, but he'll struggle. But the person with skilled and talent together will do both things. He'll he'll move up very fast. The person who is skilled, at least he'll start getting into that ladder zone itself. But a person who is talented doesn't means that he can go straight away on the top. He has to struggle because the skill is not there. So the combination of skill, talent, or if you have skill, you can try to move faster, move in the right direction, or you start visualizing it, then you think what is right, wrong, and then you got lots of people who can guide you. Your professors, I spoke with Bole sir and Bide sir. Their thoughts, I asked them few questions and they thought that we think about all those things and how to pass on. So they are there to mentor you and guide you also. Hey boys, here. I'll come to you. Let me finish this side. Anyone from here?
Jain sir, my name is Anur Nagar. My question was there are layoffs in many companies. What are major reason behind this? And is these layoffs is because of AI?
No. So I told in my previous, if you don't want to get out of your comfort zone, you are the first candidate of layoff. If you don't want to learn, you want to do the same thing for years and years, company feels you are redundant. Straight, I'll be very frank and blunt. AI is there for future, all those things are there. But currently whatever is happening and whatever I have been observing from, I have worked in lots of industries, most of the people try to become critical, dependent and do the same day job every day. They don't want to learn, they don't want to uplift themselves, and then there is a luck also, you are not in the good eye of the manager itself. That's the thing, and there are lots of things which are there, which I don't want to. When you come into industry, you'll know that there are lots of other factors also. But first thing is you have to get out of the comfort zone. If people are there sitting there for a long time on the same role, you are not doing any value add, you are just doing the day job, billing the customer, nothing. Because your appraisals are there, you get increments. Nowadays that's another story. But you want every year increment, but you are doing the same job. You are not doing any value add. So why we keep you on that role? We'll try to give you another role, and then you still don't want to do it. So TCS is more polite as compared to other industries. Don't go with whatever has happened, which I don't want to speak, but that has happened. But we are not into that scope that we always bring people to that level. For example, if a certain person is not doing well, we guide them, move them roles, whatever best for him is, we do it. And there are lots of motivations which are done. There are lots of mentoring programs which are done. There are lots of certifications which are done to get these people in. And even though if they are not, then there is a problem. So we are not as compared to other industries, like I'll tell you Accenture. They give you high pay, nice. But the day the project ends, or the day thinks that you are not fit for the role, they say, come on.
Yes, sir.
So these are examples. I am not taking the names, so don't take it otherwise. But these are some industries which are there. But we are into into all those things. We definitely have few problems with the salary systems and everything. But that has now made out. We now move to the prime zone itself, so that we give competitive salaries to all the associates which are joining through campus or to non-campus itself.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anything from the back? I'll take from back and then from one of the front. You guys, I guess you have the front benches or what, you guys? Okay, that guy which yeah. So don't sit on the front bench, sit in the middle.
Jain sir,
Yeah.
myself Nityanand Patade. I just want to ask you, what is the major role of AI in telecom business?
So apart from technical things, now the customer, success, that will move into AI because it's an operational job. So all validations, network connections, activation of the services will be straight away done through AI. So you go on an app, you put all your details, all things are validated, AI will pick it up. So that is one thing. Assurance is one of the areas which things which are there, where customer relationship managers or the tools which are there, Siebel is there, Salesforce is there. Those are now AI driven. Siebel is not AI driven because it has some problems with their huge database and tables. But Salesforce is one of the areas which I did one of the certifications where the order generation, order creation, activation and assurance part can be done faster, where you don't require humans. Yeah, one from there and then from I've got, sir. Another 5 minutes, should I continue? Yeah? Yeah, thank you.
Jai Hind, sir. My name is Aditya Raj. I wanted to ask such instance where you have invested huge on doesn't give you the desired result. If to cope up with that.
I missed your question actually. Can you speak nearer to your mic, please?
Sir, is it audible now?
It breaks actually.
Sir, is it audible now?
Yeah. Thank you.
So my question was, has there been any such instance where you have invested huge on tech and that doesn't give you the desired result? If yes, how did you cope up with that?
So we, like as a TCSer, I can tell you about lots of things which are there, where customer has invested lot of money, huge amount of money and people and resources, etc. And it didn't yield the output. I'll give you an example. On a platform, on a telecom side of it, there are lots of cloud products which are there. You must have heard about cloud products which are Salesforce, we have Netcracker, 4C, 360, they've got MDocs and all those things. Then ServiceNow also. So these cloud products are there, but they are an ideal way of getting the orders, assurance, customer services, customer experience, customer facing scenarios. So when you add lots of customization to it, so there is a chance of breaking that system. So once you break that system, you start losing your customer. You put more money to fix that system, then you add another patch to it, you add more things to it to get that customization working, then again something fails. So what I call is a puncture theory. So lots of people, like when we were kids, we had a cycle, so we used to drive here and there, so puncture used to happen. Roads were not that good that time, now it's there. So we used to put puncture, so there is 1 puncture, 2 puncture, 3 puncture, 4 puncture, and a day comes then there is no puncture to replace the tube. We still used to put patch on that patch. So this is happening in industry where lots of customization is there, and where the return, ROI, return of investment, gets into that loss making system.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, one from that back side and then stop.
Jai Hind, sir. My name is Shubham Datta. As I was also a part of TCS in 2024 in BFSI domain, so I want to know what are the skill sets I could have to give weightage to my BFSI domain knowledge, because I was a part of traineeship program.
Okay. So BFSI, I have worked with some people, but one of the things which they are looking at is the banking platform which we have, TCS Bank.
Yes, sir.
There is a research team which works on. So I worked with one of the accounts lately, SBI. Because of the RFP, we are part of this, lots of proposals and business scanning, RFPIs and RFPs and ITTs. So there, the platform which we have, which is the best platform nowadays for all Indian banking systems, there they have put a research team. There, that is one of the area where you can learn more and pass your experience or whatever things. But it will take time to identify what area in that research area, whether it's customer relationship, whether it's the core technical platform thing, infra, lots of things are there. So I feel that in that platform you can work in the research area.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, I am done, sir. If anyone wants to have any queries, questions, you can pass on to Bide sir, Bole sir and Rati ma'am. And LinkedIn I am there. So LinkedIn is there, you can post anything. I'll pass on because LinkedIn is an open profile, lots of people can check. You can give me a private chat itself, and anything in there you can pass on to your honorable teachers which are there, and they can pass on through Ashish, through me, and we, if you want, we can put another sessions on any new things which are coming in also. Yep. Thank you.